Hello, podcast listeners. We know podcasts are a great way to catch up on a program that you may have missed on KSJE, and it's provided as a free service of this radio station. But you know, KSJE is now listener supported, and so while you enjoy this podcast, we hope that you'll also take some time to join KSJE. Become a member today. It's quite easy to do. Just go to our website at ksje.com/support and pick the level of support that best matches your budget. Thanks again for listening. Here's your podcast. Wednesday morning, 8:55 here on KSJE. We have an extra segment for you this morning to talk about a really interesting program that's coming to Farmington and San Juan County next week. It is called the Rule of Law Program, and I'm honored to have connected this morning to talk about this program. The Chief Justice of the New Mexico Supreme Court, David Thomson, is joining us this morning. Mr. Thomson, I'm hoping you can see me and hear me all right. Good morning.
Good morning, Scott. I can see you and hear you all right. I hope you can see and hear me all right.
Coming through loud and clear, and thank you for your time this morning to talk about this really unique program. You are bringing the court to Farmington, as I guess as would be the headline, right?
That would be the headline, Scott, and I appreciate you providing us this time. And I do want to say from the outset, I do very much appreciate your service to the community and communicating this to the folks up in the Farmington area. I'm very fond of local radio. The Gonzalez family here in Santa Fe has been a strong advocate for that, and I appreciate you doing this.
Well, thank you. We're glad to do it. It's our community service, and that's why we've been here for 35 years. So this Rule of Law program, it is a unique opportunity for the public, and I think especially students. You really are reaching out to students to kind of see how the court system works.
That's exactly right. We are literally picking up the court from Santa Fe, our beautiful historic courtroom here in Santa Fe. If anyone has an opportunity, we'd love to give you a tour. And we are moving it to Farmington and we've had some great hosts and partners at the San Juan Community College. We conduct oral argument, the five of us. We are the highest court in the state. A lot of people hear about the United States Supreme Court. Well, you have a New Mexico Supreme Court. There's five of us, and we are the ones that decide the questions of state law and the state constitution. And what I realized, Scott, as a trial court judge, I was a trial court judge before I was on the Supreme Court. I had a lot of jury trials, and I would talk to the jurors afterwards. And what they would tell me is, I really didn't want to be on jury service. I really didn't understand much about the judicial process until I served on the jury, until I saw what you do. And it's with that thought in mind that the court decided, well, it's not always easy to come to Santa Fe in a big state like ours. So we are going to take the court out to the community. And we're going to focus our attention on students. And there's a specific reason for that. I realized, at least in my community here in Santa Fe, with my daughter growing up in public schools, was that there wasn't as much a focus on civics education as there was when I was growing up here in Santa Fe. My mom was a public school teacher. She taught world history and government and English. But they focused rightly, I don't dispute it, on math and engineering, and there's been a drop-off in civic education. And there's important lessons to be learned from civics, civility, and a lot of those lessons are taught, in my view, through the way the court conducts itself and the way in which we resolve disputes in our society civilly. The courts are asked to do that, whether it is a domestic case like this or a criminal case or a civil case. And so I wanted to show the citizens of New Mexico not only the role of our court in a democracy, but how we go about resolving real disputes in a way that brings civility and order to the discussion. So that's our goal.
Nice. And certainly when a case reaches the level of the New Mexico Supreme Court, it has gone through some other court system, correct, and gotten to you all to then debate and discuss and hear both sides. And so those oral arguments is kind of what's going to be demonstrated here in Farmington at this event next week?
That's exactly right, Scott. So, I'll be out in the community, and people ask you what you do, and I say I'm a justice, and they say, "Oh boy, I hope I never see you," which is always kind of a hard thing to hear, but that's okay. But what I tell them, to your point, is, well, if you see me, it's really bad, because at our point, it has now gone through several layers of court processes. Mm-hmm. We began at and Farmington. Courthouse is located in Aztec, but we begin at the magistrate level. This case did not begin at the magistrate. The magistrates cover non-felony cases, misdemeanors mostly. Then there's a trial court. Trial court is where a jury's going to sit. So that's where I suppose, perhaps, Scott, have you been called in for jury service?
Yes, I have.
Okay, good. Thank you for serving.
Well, I was dismissed, so I don't know what a good candidate I was, but the judge dismissed me.
But there are a lot of jury trials going on, especially now post-COVID, so a lot of people are being called in. That's a trial court level. You'll see the jury box. And then we have a court of appeals. We call that the intermediate court. Everybody has a right to an appeal in criminal and civil cases, and the court of appeals handles all appeals of right, automatic right to appeal if you so choose, if you disagree with the district court's conclusions or the jury's conclusions. Then we are the final court. There's 10 Court of Appeals judges, and there's 5 of us. We take cases only really if we want to, meaning you have to ask us to take a case, and that is called, some people hear, a writ of certiorari. Did they take cert? Well, that's really just a petition that says, hey, 5 justices, please take this case because it's important to the state of New Mexico. It's unclear what the law is, and we need you to make a final determination on the law. And if we accept cert, if we say, yes, we will take that case, then we get both sides file papers. Basically, they argue their case in paper and then live. The first stage has been completed, and they've argued their case on paper. As part of this program, all that information is on our website. So we provide the students basically a little miniature learning curriculum, and we give them, some basic prompts on what we're going to talk about, kind of summarize what the arguments are.
Got it. And
after all the paper's done, then they come to what you will see hopefully August 28th, and that's our ability to argue the case out loud, oral argument.
Got it. And we're running short on time, Mr. Chief Justice. I apologize, but I did want to have you explain a little bit of that to our audiences. And just some other nuts and bolts of this event. RSVPs are required. There will be, and we're putting up on the screen right now for our viewers, a way to register. For our radio audience, you can certainly RSVP by contacting folks here at San Juan College. The number to call is 505-566-4227. By Monday, August 25th. The event is going to be Thursday, August 28th at 1 p.m. Again, it's the New Mexico Supreme Court Rule of Law program coming to Farmington. It'll be held here on the campus of San Juan College at the Henderson Fine Arts Center. And the case, I don't want to give it away, and you all will be debating it, I know, but it's a little bit of an interest. It's very interesting to me, and of course that's probably why you all picked it up and agreed to hear it, considering a civil case brought by a Colorado resident who claims a New Mexico man had an affair with his wife and should be held liable for the loss of her affections and breakup of their marriage. Is that pretty much the gist of this case?
You described it perfectly, Scott, and you're correct. We do try and pick cases that will be interesting to the community and the students. And I think we've picked an interesting case here.
I think so too, and it'd be very interesting. And I would think for students interested in the criminal justice system or a career maybe as an attorney or law enforcement or what have you, this will be an invaluable experience to hear and see the Supreme Court justices go about their business in Farmington. That's
correct, Scott. And remember, you can stream this if we have students from Albuquerque attending, and our court is committed. If you contact our court, we will do everything we can to visit your school live or virtually to talk about this case.
Very good. Well, Chief Justice Thomson, thank you for your time this morning. We have run out of our time here, I'm afraid, but we really appreciate you being with us to explain this program, and enjoy your trip to Farmington. We'll look forward to seeing you.
Thank you, Scott, and thank you again for doing this. It's been my pleasure.
You're very welcome. Thank you very much. That is the Chief Justice of the New Mexico Supreme Court. Did you enjoy that podcast? We hope that you did, and if you did, share it with your friends. And if you really want to keep podcasts like this coming, please support KSJE. You can do it easily online at ksje.com.